about John Majors. We both and the whole community had a collective sigh because there's some pretty damning shit out there.
I've not yet wiped the sweat from my brow because just don't I don't know how this is gonna. I don't think it's over.
No,
So I haven't yet let out the sigh of relief. I'm still holding my breath. Um, but this is like in a moment of transparency. This is one of the moments where I was like, oh, I have a blind spot. This is
yep,
where I was like, oh no, because like when I saw it, my first initial reaction was like, I thought he. When I first saw it, I was like, damn, my nigga did it. Like it was just dang, he done beat up. And then I felt bad, and I was kind of upset for I was upset for myself that I'm not gonna be able to watch Jonathan Mason's movies anymore because I'm like, dang, he about to get pulled from everything. Um, so that's one. It wasn't dang, this nigga is putting his hands on women. It was dang, this
yeah,
nigga is messing up my
yeah,
like MCU, bro. Like what the fuck?
yeah.
So that
That
was
was
one of
my
the things
first
where I
thought as well.
was like, damn it. Um, just thought we had one. Thought we got our chat. Thought we got like another Chadwick. So this is not Chadwick. But then the second thought, which was I don't know if it's worse, but it was just like rowdy white girl, bro. Like it just and I felt bad. I felt bad because I'm like, it shouldn't matter that the lady is white, and that shouldn't then give me that. Well, they always tell you because I know he got that talk. I know he got the same talk that I got. That
Dr. Umar,
I know he got the talk. You know, so I know he know that this is one of the this is why you don't play over there. But that's if he's innocent. But
yeah,
in the same scenario, I was like, even if he is innocent, she wasn't black. Like, she wasn't. Even if he did it, it was like, well, at least he
oh,
caught somebody
Poet
from the
tried.
other side. And then I just felt bad. Like now I'm just over here. I'm just like, man, I feel terrible because this is the wrong way to feel. But it's something that inside of me that will not allow me to be like, hang him. Like I'm just like, hey,
Just like when they said there was a death at Paisley Park, and it was like, yeah, let's just pray it's not, it's somebody else, who's a groundskeeper or something,
eh,
you know.
somebody, not the guy.
Not, not what we think it is. You didn't say he did. They said somebody. So RIP to their fam, but it better not be what I think it is. But the same, my first thought was, damn, why is this happening now? And then I'm never really on the side. Like I roll my eyes when niggas start getting into their conspiracy theories. Like, yeah, man, they only let one be in it at the time, and every time they get a little too hot, they put in. I roll my eyes, but then when I heard this, I was like, damn, did it get too hot too fast? Nah, damn, they finna get rid of him now. He just got the Marvel shit.
Bro,
Nah, no one, who pushed the button? Somebody pushed the button.
this is definitely the one where I was like, man, let me go ahead and get on. We'll talk to Kyrie real quick. What Kyrie? Let lead us. What do we do now? Like, what say you, brother Kyrie?
Dr. Umar was my first one. I had to see what he thought of this. And yeah, yeah, it is unfortunate that the first thoughts are more selfish ones, but obviously at that point, if he's alleged to what they said he's alleged of, and doing it as long as he's been doing it, listen, I don't even know how it gets to that point. Really, like if this is kind of his stick, and they were just talking about how masculinity is kindness and being with his bros and
Yeah,
hugging up and stuff, and it's like, but this is really how you giving it up. It's like, dang man, I almost thought you was perfect. Like,
that's what the that's
yeah,
what the wife that's what the wife was saying. That basically like how he's been going on this run and kind of how he's been his counter punch has just been like, nah, masculinity is not like it's like about like you said the softer side and being gentle and being just like a well rounded person that can tap into being soft. Like allowing yourself to be soft is masculine. And just having these very like well thought out and I guess profound moments of like, oh my God, like finally
of consciousness.
we're, we're
Self-creating.
we might be swinging that pendulum back to niggas in the crochet pants like Common. We might be swinging it back. You know what I'm saying? We might be getting the sensitive Negro back, who may be a little bit of a womanizer, a little bit, but you know, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah.
He's not beating nobody's ass, and then he's possibly beating people's ass while also saying all the right things. It's terrifying. So I hope it's not true.
Yeah.
I hope it's not true.
He pulled the biggest job if that was the case. Yeah, I'm not necessarily on that hang on train, and to be fair, I don't know if I'm actually seeing that the hang on train. But I mean, you know, when it deals with women, even a lot of other women on social media are weirded about this, and then him being like a sex symbol, they really not like trying to throw him away right yet. No, it's like
not yet.
Yeah,
You got the V cuts. If you got the Usher V cuts, we gotta hang on a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, then there's a lot of, I don't know how I feel so much about like people keep saying that she recanted and we ain't heard nothing from her or her representation. All we heard was from him. And
which is why I haven't.
Yeah, which is because in that case, I'm like, because I seen him, like, what do you expect him to say? Like, nah, he did that shit. Like, nah, his representation is gonna be like, nah, we vehemently deny that shit. I don't even know what this shit baseless. Now we about to attack her credibility. Like, that's literally law 101. So like, nah, this is performance art. You got to win the press conference first. That's why whenever you hear sources say from the Kardashians and it's coming from people, that's Kris making that call. Like, Kris doesn't talk. The sources is Kris Jenner. So if you can control the media, then you control the public perception. And right now, all you've heard was from one side, and one side is easily going to be like, nah, we love women. We'll never do this shit. But once we start hearing from them, and the part that's losing me, the part that's losing me is the hospital. Like, if nothing happened, why somebody go to the hospital? Like,
so the girl was, something happened to the girl.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. I mean, if it's a mental episode, possibly you could go to the hospital for that. But even then, it's like they treated her for something. So what the fuck happened?
Exactly. So whether or not, you know, they were John Major's hands or hands at all, something happened. She's got like all the injuries that nobody said that the injuries weren't real. Like you said, she was treated for something. So something went down. Of course, like you said, his lawyer and his team is vehemently disagreeing, and they said they got sources. They said they got receipts. They said they got, you know, the account from the cab driver. They have the video. They have all this stuff. John called the cops. Maybe it's not.
TMZ worked on that. I need a year so now. I need to see something.
It's time to start furnishing these things, right?
Yeah.
Like I understand. Like you know, you don't have to. You can absolutely do the due process shit and wait till it goes, take the shit to trial, whatever. But if you want this shit to be over publicly, go ahead and just show us what you got, please, so we can go on back to supporting you like we was already doing. And you know what I'm saying? No harm to befall any one of them. I hope, you know, everybody gets the help that they kind of need in this scenario, whether or not, you know, the woman is going through like mental shit, or whether or not John is a fucking psycho or sociopath like everybody says. Hopefully everybody gets the help. Hopefully, you know, I don't know how this works, because it's like, yeah, I want John to be innocent, but I don't want this person to, you know, be thrown away now, and we do the thing where now we just don't believe women, and now all women be lying, and now and of course the people that do shit like that are people that didn't believe women in the first place, but just hate for them to have ammo. Like,
yeah,
I would like to remove all ammo from them niggas, so that they can't use these as viable arguments. But when you have a fear, when there has been something, like we have historical documentation that this shit happens sometimes, and that women sometimes Um, when it comes to black men and white women, sometimes that white women are lying, and then we have these prominent cases. Think what Michael Irvin we have these situations,
Yeah.
and you know, although they are slim, the ones that we know about are the giant ones. So it's kind of tough because all all they have in the first place is a very small sample size of times when women were lying. But then when they get this nugget, it's just like, oh well, here we go. We told you. And
Also,
it's like how many other have came out? We just got through with Tory Lanez and Meg. We
yeah,
just got through these scenarios, and we just got through with Johnny Depp and old girl.
yeah.
We just got through with Brad Pitt. We just got through the laundry list of men abusing women, and now we're gonna hold on to this one because he said he got some evidence. And she recanted. And as much as I don't want this to be true. I just I don't want this to be true on both ends. Like something happened to the girl, and she need help. John, if he didn't do it, he gonna need help. If he did do it, he gonna need help. It's just kind of a shit situation because it's just gonna add fodder to a side.
Yeah, I also the unrelated but related PSA, to recant. Just grab your dictionary, guys. That doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's not guilty or not or innocent. Literally, if you understand how the power dynamics of these situations oftentimes are, people will recant or take things back simply because maybe this guy's the breadwinner or this guy's the leader of the household or whatever the case may be. So
Very simple.
because and then at the end of the day, you got a homeboy or something, and y'all been around each other too long, and y'all get tight, and y'all say some things that y'all didn't mean, and maybe y'all even friendly fade a little bit, and then like the next day, you act like nothing happened, or you water under the bridge. It's like, yeah, we said whatever we said, so that doesn't change that was the thing, but now we just are not acting like it's. So there could be resolution on their side, and it's like, look, we figured it out, our domestic dispute internally, and so we're gonna keep moving forward. Like Ray Rice had the situation he had. It was his then fiance. She became his wife. So clearly they got past it. However, they got past it. So, and obviously you gotta respect whatever decision that she makes. But this is a very common thing that does happen, unfortunately.
Now, on that front, Ray Rice never worked again. They solved it internally.
Yeah.
They got together.
Yeah.
They're cool. Ray Rice never worked again. Should he have been allowed to work again? We're not even gonna talk about the establishment that he was working for. But if you get in a situation like this, and let's say you're an asshole and you get into a situation like this, um, should you still be allowed to work?
Yeah, absolutely. The way I looked at it was like, and I've been pretty consistent in this. I guess depending on what it is, but if you're just an asshole, yeah. But in a situation like that, he got suspended for 2 games. Now, I felt like 2 games was too little.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Probably should have probably been a little bit longer. The video comes out. They made a mistake, and now he's suspended indefinitely. That part I did not like. Like if you were going to give him 2 day games, it shouldn't have mattered whether a video got out or not. 2 games was 2 games. Now I think it probably been closer to 6 to 8. You did your time. Let him back in. He did what he did. It's not like he didn't eat half a year's of salary. Like he ate it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Right.
Roger Goodell said that he was doing no zero tolerance, 6 games minimum. Gave him 2. So I'm like, all right, you already set precedent with your ruling at the time. So yeah, I don't necessarily believe it should be like a death sentence. That's another weird situation because he was he was approaching 30, or he was already at 30. His yards per carry was low. Granted, this probably expedited his way out of the
Right.
league because he still was a really good running back. But yeah,
Yeah.
he probably had a
There
year
are
or
cases
two
that
left.
can be made. Right. There are cases that can be made. That it was just like, all right, go ahead, just just go ahead, call it.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. You have mentioned Meg and Tory, and one of the points I wanted to mention about that, like we literally just went over this with that. And the situation happened where, like you said, you don't want to give any ammo. They don't give a fuck. They were using whatever they could scrounger up for ammo when it came to, all right, he was literally found guilty on every charge that he got charged with. And niggas was still, they was like, well, I mean, it wasn't really for shooting her. It was shooting at the ground and all this
Still
nuance,
hit though.
and all this nuance. And I'm like, no, all you guys should be doing is backtracking. It's like, look, we got this wrong. We got this wrong. Maybe there is something to this believing women thing. They wanted to make it seem like she was a liar because she didn't want to talk about her intimate situations with Tory and all this other shit. And people was making concessions like, man, the music's still good. And I'm like, yeah, like personally, I was really enjoying the music at the time. And it's like, and he had quarantine radio and we all needed that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then this shit happens and it's like, well, this actually is kind of consistent with his behavior that we heard from Tory already. And so I'm not really too surprised. Then it's like, well, look, if somebody shoots at the ground by me, I'm not telling people like, well, they shot at the ground, fragment got up and hit me in the foot. No one's saying, putting all that thought into, they shot me.
Yeah, and I'm not giving you the pass of, oh, you didn't mean to shoot me, so it's cool. I'm not just taking an L, bro. I'm not just taking.
You put out a gun, you shot, and with the intention to hurt, like whether or not it hit me,
Nah,
it's off the point. Like it happened. So yeah,
let's take it to a setting where we all know. It's basketball. The Matt Barnes shit. When he fake Kobe. If a nigga does that to you and actually hits you with the ball, what are you doing?
it's gonna be a fight. Like
It's probably gonna be a fight. We're not gonna give you the pass of, well, you didn't mean it. Sorry, sir. This is when we go to the impact over the intent.
yeah,
This is where we go to that. And you meant to harm me and you harmed me. Whether it was I was just trying to scare you. For what, nigga? Like, why? I don't play like that.
This. And you got to go to jail for that. They
Bingo.
Another thing that gives them that fodder, them not knowing the entirety of the you know, the situation. I think there was a lot of misconception, and I don't know it all because I didn't care that much. But what I do know about like you mentioned, Johnny Depp and it was an Amber Heard. Whether or not it ultimately ended up as a W for Johnny Depp because he got more money back. He had to pay some shit too. So like whatever happened, whether or not you want to put like a scale on it or not, he did something to her, she did something to him. So
we literally split the courts. Like like whatever trial they had overseas, she won. Then trial they had over here, he won. So it's like
they made it seem like it was just like her just capping. She was unhinged. And from what I heard from Alex is like, nah, he was wilding too. Like he was wilding too. And you know,
I want everybody to have the balls to just admit that they don't give a shit. Like, and like, I think once you admit it, then we can just actually get to where we need to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't realize that I had a blind spot about the John Major situation until I like, oh, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna go see whatever he drops. And it's just like, oh, well, let me explore that. You know what I'm saying? Let me figure out why that is, because somebody did get harmed at the end of the day. You know, so I think that's just one of the things that you have to allow yourself, you know, just be honest, because you're not allowing yourself the room to grow if you keep trying to find reasons. Like if you keep trying to find reasons beforehand, like you keep trying to like justify your point when there's no justification for it. You're being an asshole. You know, lean into it, but then recognize that you're being an asshole. I feel like you're not gonna, you know, get the growth that you're looking for until you lean into like that whole, well, you know what? Maybe I am wrong. Like say the fucked up shit, say the loud part, say the quiet part loud, and look at the responses around the room that you get. And once you realize, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. That's having a blind spot.
and that's the thing. I think all these guys are just like they're taking, you know, these wild ass like detours to explain every fucking thing instead of just being like, well, I don't care either fucking way. Cool, thank you. Because I know that. And it's hard for me to get you to, like, if you don't admit it, then we can't work. We can't have a conversation. Just say, first things first, I don't give a shit about it because I like the product that he makes. Now we can have a conversation. Because now I know what I'm dealing with. I know how to come at this. Now you can hear how that sounds. You know, say it out loud so you can hear how that shit sounds. And then you can, you know, start repeating it back to yourself and be like, well, damn. Well, I know if it would have happened to my family member, I would have a problem. I know if it was, like, I know if it was me, I would have a problem. I know if it happened to, you know, my sister, my cousin, my mom, I know if it happened to any of these people, I would be hot. Why don't I give a shit? And you might not understand why off rip, but at least you're doing the work to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the thing. I think you know, the show Blind Spots, that's what it's about, you know. You can't ever get to that, you know, let's say you need corrective surgery on your lens, on, you know, on your eyes. You need to fix that. You're not seeing things clearly. But if you never admit it, if all you're doing is squinting and just fucking up the words, you know, at a certain point, people may even say, hey, you probably need glasses. You probably need them. If you keep bumping into shit, you probably need fucking glasses. But until you say, I can't see shit.
Yeah, you need to go get it taken care of.
Exactly. You have to first admit it. You know, you have to first acknowledge the thing. Even if it's not necessarily, I have a problem. I can't see shit. It's a problem. Just say, I can't see shit. Just say it. So then we can say, well, yeah, so you should do this. Like, but you know, guys just aren't allowing themselves that. And that's the unfortunate part. Judge Joe Brown won't allow himself to do the shit Beyonce fans won't allow themselves to buy the Ivy Park.